Hello, friends. Bruchim Habaim. Welcome to the Wheels of Love 2020 virtual ceremony. We are so happy that so many of you were able to join us. It is really wonderful to see all your faces. For those who don't know me, I'm Deborah Revelle. I'm the Director of Development for American Friends of Aline. I'm also a Wheels of Love cyclist. If this were a typical year, today we would have kicked off Wheels of Love 2020 with the ceremony, including the blowing of the shofar. If this were a typical year, we would have spent today catching up with old friends, asking about the past year, important milestones and changes in our lives. If this were a typical year, this morning we would have set out on our bicycles for the first day of Wheels of Love, full of excitement about the 5 days of riding ahead, and maybe a little dread about the finals day climb up Nes Harim to the hospital. But this is not a typical year. This year, we are here together on Zoom. Some of us are in Israel, but most of us are not. We are working from home instead of the office. We are homeschooling our children. We haven't seen some of our friends and family in months. But the pandemic has taught us many things. It has taught us to be grateful, to count our blessings. And we recognize that things that brought us together before still bring us together now. So instead of focusing on where we aren't or what we're not doing or who we are not with, we have chosen to focus on our blessings, on our health, on our cycling communities and the places we can ride close to home. And we have focused on the satisfaction that comes with participating in the mitzvot of Tikkun Olam, Tzedakah, and Gemilut Chasadim. Never doubt for a moment that your actions, your fundraising, your commitment to Aline touch so many lives. Thank you for all you do. Over the summer, when the writing was on the wall that we might not be able to travel to Israel this year for Wheels of Love 2020, we introduced the virtual riding option, My Aline Ride, whereby each of you chose a personal challenge so that we could ride together as a community, even if we were apart. We've ridden alone, we've ridden with spouses, partners, and friends. We've ridden in teams. We knew that while riding this year would be different, one thing would be the same. The children of Aline Hospital would be counting on us and our fundraising to make sure they continue to receive the best possible rehabilitation. As of today, we have 299 cyclists from 6 countries participating in My Aline Ride and Wheels of Love. Together, you have raised nearly $1.4 million. Kol hakavod. Today, you will hear from a number of Aline family VIPs, each of whom has some special words for you. So, without further ado, it is my honor to introduce Dr. Morit Be'eri, Director General of Aline Hospital.
The first thing we've learned this year is that for people to hear, you need to unmute yourself. I think this is a big lesson for all of us, and it is actually a way to shed light on some of the challenges that the kids have. To speak with you guys, we're now using alternative communication methods to get to do the things that we used to do before. We're using more technology, we're using new solutions, we're trying to compensate for things that we've lost, and we're trying to do all the things that we used to do in a different way. We're trying to create a life that is as full, as interesting, as challenging as we had last year. So in a way, this pandemic has brought us all a little bit closer to the world of the children that we're treating. Now, over this last year, this has been, of course, the most surprising year of all. We never imagined when we met last year, and I see a lot of familiar faces here. We never imagined that the year is going to play the way that it did. Almost everything has changed in the way that we live our life. But the one thing that has not changed is the need to provide immediate rehabilitation services to the children who need them, whatever the situation is outside the hospital. Because these children don't have the time to wait for the pandemic to go away. We can't just put them on hold and say, we'll get back to you when things get better. So it is only with your help and support that we can keep doing everything that we used to do last year and keep on improving and building upon the knowledge and the experience that we've had. It's not easier, it's harder, it's more difficult than it used to be, but it's just as important for us to provide the services that we used to provide and keep on doing it throughout this period. And without you people, we can't do it. What you're doing is not only helpful, just we're so grateful to feel that we're not alone in trying to achieve that. So virtual or not, I don't think this is a virtual hug or a virtual ceremony. This is a true ceremony. This is a true welcoming. We're not together, that's the difference, but the spirit is the same. The goal is the same. And my thanks to you are even bigger than ever. Thank you for the work that you've done so far. Thank you for the effort that you're going to go on doing moving forward, because unfortunately our needs are only increasing during this period. And we depend more and more on your help to keep on doing the things that we want to provide. So thank you all. Thank you so much. And I hope this is going to be a great My Ride, whatever your challenge, your specific personal challenge is. Thank you. Toda.
Thank you, Morit. And now some words from Mark Sherman, Chairman of the Board of Friends of Aline.
Thank you, Morit. And thank you for your great leadership of the hospital in such difficult times. To all of you, so sorry we can't all be together today, starting that great 5-day ride the team planned out for you. But this year, life played out differently. Fortunately, like Moses said to our people many years ago, when the going gets tough, the tough get going. I've been involved with Aline for over 30 years, and I don't think I've ever been as proud as I have been this year, seeing all the support we receive from our friends throughout the world. In spite of it all, this year, as Deborah summarized, some 300 riders, 6 countries, all raising money for Aline. I want to thank our special projects team led by Tal Neve, Yarden, Adina, Daphne, Gabi, and Elaine. The American Friends of Aline, Mayan, Deborah, and their terrific board led by Joanne for all their support and cooperation. To Yuri, Shoshan, and all the members of the Riders Committee for all your devotion and work throughout the year. But most of all, I want to say thank you to you, the riders. You are the superstars. Thanks. תודה לכל הרוכבים, תמיכתכם במיוחד בימים קשים אלו אינו מובן מאליו, לא לרגע. The kids at Aline have never needed your support more than now. So while we may be all spread out over 3 different continents today, we're all together with one heart for Aline. תודה רבה, כל הכבוד, and we hope to see you next year here in Israel. Thanks.
Thank you, Mark. Before we go to our next speaker, I'm going to echo some of what Mark said, and we want to express our gratitude to the members of Aline Special Projects, Friends of Aline, and American Friends of Aline for the coordinated effort in supporting you throughout this process, processing all the donations, and generally being engaged in handling all the back-end pieces to provide you with the most positive experience. Our next speaker holds a special place in Wheels of Love history. For those who know the story of Wheels of Love, you know that the only reason the first ride happened 21 years ago is because one brave woman agreed to be the driver of the SAG vehicle, the schlepper, the security, the food provider, and the cheering crew. It is my great pleasure to introduce Brenda Hirsch, Director of Resource Development for Friends of Aline and the original Wheels of Love Special Projects team.
Hello. It's terrible. I can't hear you. I can't really see your faces, but I'm going to give it a go. As you know, on the day of the ride beginning, I usually quote a number of children who are in Aline for whatever reasons, and how their struggle is equivalent to your struggle on the ride, uphill, etc. The only difference being that after the week is over, your struggle is over and they continue. And there are so many kids, so many kids struggling to reach their goals in the rehab. Yesterday in Aline, today in Aline, and tomorrow in Aline. And they're all already, from all of you who've already ridden your My Aline ride, הישראלים שמתחילים היום, the Israelis who are starting to do their My Aline ride today, and those of you who take on the challenge. So the training proves endurance. I just want to concentrate for 1 second on Baruch. I think most of you heard his story, have seen his story, because we included it in also the American Friends of Aline, and we did for our Rosh Hashanah greeting. This is Baruch. Baruch was born with a defective diaphragm, lots of problems, which he had underdeveloped lungs, and he was on a respirator. He came to Aline in January, and this is the part, that since July until October the 11th, he was slowly but surely weaned off that respirator. Now, it starts off with a day, 1 minute a day, and then the next day, maybe 1.5 minutes. And as you go along, so his lungs get stronger, and so he's able to be off the respirator. Today, from October, what was the date? October the 11th, he is now able to be just on night ventilation. We're just awaiting for the right equipment to be put in his home, and he will be home. Now, I just want to say that the same thing for you. You this year, when you're fundraising, it's not just for the endurance on the hills physically. It's for the endurance and meeting your targets in fundraising. It's not easy. I am one who is struggling with it myself. It's really not easy. But I have to tell you that it's unbelievable. Most of the riders who have completed their My Aline ride are saying the same thing. They have all gone over their record fundraising for every year. So encouragement to you all who have yet to do your My Aline ride. I'm not there with my water, and you can see it, with my Rogalach, with my M&Ms, with my Tootsie Rolls. I have them already, all my Tootsie Rolls, and my ice cold Coca-Cola. But I'm there in spirit with you. I honestly, truly don't think I would have been allowed even to come on the ride this year, because the shortfall for this year is an amazing $6,450,000. It truly is a daunting figure, but with your help, we already are at round about 60%. So we still have $2,500,000 to go just for the shortfall. With your help, with your initiative, with your motivation, you can do it. You can help us. And I just, as I always end, and I mean it truly from my heart, I honestly, truly love every single one of you. And thank you from my heart. Mwah. I'm now going to introduce a very special guest. I don't know whether you'd have anyone from NYPD who would do this, but a special message from the Israeli police by Shauli Asaya, who's accompanied the ride for many years now. Shuli, over to you.
Hello to all my friends at Aline Journey. We would like to say in the name of the Israeli police, the Highway Patrol, that we are very missing you this year, and we hope to see you again in the Aline Journey. Love you all.
Wow. Shalom everyone. How are you? I can't hear you, so it's great. But I feel I'm actually feel so special and privileged to be among all the guys around me, and it's actually you, the writers. And it's gonna be very short. I wanted to say thank you. Oh, I see someone's asking about the day. So it's a kind of an international word. I think it's Corona, the beer. But I'm very happy to be here, and I want to thank you for all you did, and you still do and will do for the kids of Alin. And it's a big day for me because you know, I spoke to Mayan and Tal before and said how much I feel happy and excited. But on the other hand, I feel sad. I'm happy because I planned all the year and I marked on the calendar and I waited for today. And I'm really, really excited to see you all over here. And I'm sad that actually we're gonna do it on Zoom. And now I 100% understand my children fighting and beating up each other on the Zoom for homework. So that's what I'm doing now. I have no one to fight with around me here, but I'm very, very happy to be here. And I want to thank the police guys that gave their bracha over there for these 13 seconds that he spoke. It took me almost 5 days to teach him only just this sentence, just to translate it. So we thank everyone, and I think the best memory I have is that Tfilat Haderech. I will do the Tfilat Haderech for all of you for the rest of the week and the year, and that you will be safe and writing for the children of Alin. And it doesn't matter that we didn't write together this year. I know how much you did and you still do to fundraise the money, and especially this year, how much it's important. So I will do Tfilat Haderech for all of us. יהי רצון מלפניך, אדוני אלוהינו ואלוהי אבותינו, שתוליכנו לשלום ותצעידנו לשלום ותגיענו למחוז חפצנו לחיים ולשמחה ולשלום, ותצילנו מכף כל אויב אורב בדרך ומכל מיני פעולות ומקורונה מתרגשות כל העולם, ותשלח ברכה במעשה ידינו ותתננו לחסד ולרחמים בעיניך ובעיני כל רואינו, ותשמע כל תחנוננו כי אל שומע תפילה ותחנון אתה, ברוך אתה אדוני שומע תפילה. Miss you all. להתראות.
Thank you, Yechiel. We now have a very special guest with us today. Many of you who have been following the Tour de France or even just following our Facebook know that this year the Israel Startup Nation was a part of the Tour de France, and Guy Niv represented Israel very proudly, and we are so pleased that he is with us here today to share some words with you. Thank you, Guy.
Hi, everyone. I'm really excited. I want to start by saying that I'm really feeling privileged to feel that I'm a small part in this amazing organization. People in Alin, what you are doing is beyond words in my eyes, and all of you guys who are writing and raising money every year to make it all happen. It's absolutely incredible. I want to thank you all for your support before and during the tour. I got your messages and I heard from Erez and Tal that many of you were really followed the race, and it's really touching to me and not obvious. But beyond all, I was extremely excited to know that some of the kids of Alin have followed me in the race, and that I was able to bring them some joy and a smile on their faces. When I heard it from Erez, I took a lot of strength and energy to the following days during the race. In every challenge I faced, in every climb that was a bit harder than what I imagined, I always reminded myself those amazing kids who are following me and what they are fighting and facing in their life. So if they are able to fight, I'm able to fighting as well. I'll finish by sharing with you that I'm gonna try and raise some money myself by selling some official race tour funds numbers, and one of the jerseys that I used during the tour, hopefully I'll be able to help a bit as well. Yeah, so thank you all for all your energy you sent to me, and for allowing me to feel a part of this amazing family. I hope I was able to inspire some of you and bring some joy to you during these weird, hard times. I don't know exactly when, but I'm really looking forward to see you all in the next Alin Wheels of Love.
Thank you, Guy, and Yasher Koach to you and Israel Startup Nation for your accomplishments. And we are so grateful to have you part of our Wheels of Love family. So thank you.
Toda.
Last, but certainly not least, I want to introduce our fearless leaders who put so much energy and thought into the planning of Wheels of Love. From the routes to the swag, to the lodging, to the messaging, to the contact letters and emails, to the social media, to every last snack bar and tube of chamois cream. As a participant, it is difficult to imagine the amount of work and the months of planning that go into making Wheels of Love the seamless event that it is. I turn the floor to Maayan Aviv, Executive Director of American Friends of Alin, and Tal Naveh, Director of Special Projects. Bevakasha.
Thank you, Guy. That was very inspiring. I will keep this short and sweet. Thank you. Toda rabah. I am humbled to see the commitment of the Alin riders, donors, volunteers, and staff, especially during these times. I'm grateful for the support of the American Friends of Alin Hospital Board for quickly pivoting and adapting to our new reality and assuring that we will continue to make lemonade out of lemons. Thank you again, and I hope to see everyone next year in Jerusalem.
Toda, Maayan. I'm going to talk both in Hebrew and English and Hebrew. So first of all, I want to say, wow, what a Wheels of Love family. Look at all of us, more than 100 people on Zoom. This is great. And we have so many friends from all over. Second of all, I want to say that during Corona, you either make lemonade out of lemons, and this is what I want to say. Today, I'm so happy we didn't start riding. You know what awful weather we almost got, so we're lucky with that. I want to say that we can see such a huge family from all over the world, and I want to applause to everyone. I want to salute to everyone for riding from your homes and adapting, as Maayan said, and changing into this new reality and bringing the kids of Alin so much money. עכשיו בעברית. קודם כל אני רוצה להגיד תודה. תראו איזה קהילה מדהימה. יש מעל 100 אנשים שרוכבים, שמחוברים פה לזום הזה, יש עוד אנשים שמנסים להיכנס, וקשה להם ומצליחים בדרכים עקיפות. דבר שני אני רוצה להגיד, כמו שמעיין אמרה, אם אתה לא משתנה בתקופת הקורונה, אתה נזרק החוצה מהמשחק. תהפוך לימונים ללימונדה, וזה מה שאנחנו עושים בזכותכם. תראו איך הפכתם את המשחק הזה למשחק אחר לגמרי, ואיך כל הרוכבים מכל העולם, כמו שדבורה ומרק אמרו, מעל 300 רוכבים בכל העולם, ומגייסים מעל 1.4 מיליון דולר. דבר אחרון אני רוצה להגיד, אני כל כך שמח שהיום בעצם לא התחלנו את המסע, כי היה כמעט מזג אוויר נוראי כמו לפני כמה שנים, אז בסוף צריכים להפוך לימונים ללימונדה, והנה אנחנו מצליחים להפוך את הלימונים האלה ללימונדה, הכל בזכותכם. תודה רבה לכם בכל העולם. Thank you all from all over the globe. We're such a strong community. תודה רבה.
Thank you, Maayan. Thank you, Tal. And thank you again for sharing your Sunday with us and joining in this ceremony. I want to finish with this saying from the Talmud, Masechet Sukkah. Kol haoset tzedakah u'mishpat, ke'ilu milah kol ha'olam kulo chesed. Whoever practices charity and justice fills the world with loving kindness. Thank you again for your commitment to Wheels of Love and to Alin Hospital and to the children working hard every day towards their rehabilitation. Toda.